Tyler, I asked you this yesterday. I'm going to ask you again now that you've had your first NFL walkthrough. Has it sunk in yet that you're a pro?
It sunk in. It sunk in today. I felt good out there. I mean, when I put my helmet on, it'll be a little bit different, but definitely putting on my jersey felt good.
You were talking earlier about you didn't think there'd be any issue for you left, right? Just a little bit about how much work you put in there and the footwork and how you feel that's coming at this early stage.
Ever since I heard in the pre-draft process that I was going to be switching to left tackle from a bunch of teams, that's immediately what I started working on. So coming out here today was extremely smooth for me because I've been doing it week in and week out, training with Duke Manyweather across the street ever since I got here a couple weeks ago. So it's been pretty good for me.
How do you go about making a good first impression with Coach Solari and the rest of the staff when at this point in the offseason you can't, use your physical, it's non-contact?
I mean, just doing everything that I can to be a professional, doing the things that off the field that really matter, watching film and studying my playbook and taking care of my body and being a pro about everything that I do.
What kind of luxury is that to have Duke across the street, so while you're not able to be here with the coaches, to have that as a resource?
It was really cool because, he works with a lot of the guys on the O-line here, and going over there, I got to meet a couple of them and putting some work in with them and learn a couple things here and there. And his techniques are very similar to Coach Solari's because they work hand-to-hand sometimes. And he's just a great coach all around. And going over there, he has an extremely pro approach to what he does, and he takes no bullshit, and we have fun.
So you didn't start working with Duke until after you were drafted?
Yeah, after I got drafted. Did not come into the facility because, you can't.
Right.
I moved up here. I got an Airbnb, and I've been training with him ever since for almost 2 weeks now.
Who introduced you to Duke?
I've known Duke.
Okay.
I've known Duke for a while through online masterminds.
Okay. So you did work with him before the draft or just masterminds in the past?
I just kind of knew who he was, and we conversated here and there, but once I moved up here, it was kind of understood that we were going to be developing a relationship.
So you got the Airbnb like the week after you're drafted on like a Thursday. Were you here the next week in the Airbnb? Or?
I was, after 2 days, I was here.
Like that Monday.
So you're ready to be here?
I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to get up here.
What kind of conversations have you and Cooper had about coming in and trying to be 2 of the 5 key pieces for this offensive line?
I mean, just coming in and doing our 1 of 11, doing the best that we possibly can. That's your trademark, is your best. So we're just trying to maximize us and play with each other and complement each other's game with each other and compete to the best of our abilities.
Can you guys lean on each other at all? Because you're going through this basically at the same time?
Yeah, most definitely. It's new for both of us. We came from the same conference. I already knew who he was. We were pretty cool before this, but now we're together. We're pretty tight now, going over plays together, doing whatever we can.
Or when we're on the OL Masterminds, have you actually been to Duke's Summit, or are you just aware?
I have. I went last year.
What were your impressions of having been there?
I thought it was extremely detailed. Like it's literally everything O-line. Like nobody does a summit like they do. So it was pretty cool seeing all the O-linemen gather together, and pros and college players, and everybody just come alive and give their like-minded thoughts.
He's got those split-out sessions with the veterans. We'll talk to the entire circle of guys. Do you remember anything particular that you got out of any of that?
Yeah, some technique things, and I remember Whitworth saying, like, just take it one day at a time. It's going to be a long process, and it gets hard at times, but taking it slow every day at a time is how to get through it.
Who are some of the guys that you met over there here in the last couple of weeks?
Dakota Shipley.
Told you what to expect?
Dakota Shipley. I mean, once again, take it one day at a time. Like, it's a lot for a rookie, and it is what it is. You can make the best of it or you won't, And I've also trained with Brock Hoffman. I studied some film with him, too.
You got a chance to meet Dak yet?
I met Dak. Not here, though. I've met him before.
What was those conversations?
I mean, this was before I got drafted, so it was kind of just introducing myself, telling him I'm a big fan of him.
After the excitement of being drafted, like you say, you got the Airbnb a couple days later, your contract signed now. How much of it was, okay, this is the next chapter, I need to get all this taken care of and settled in as quickly as possible and go?
The contract?
Yeah.
I mean, it was just...
Well, I mean that, and also moving here so quick. I mean, some guys don't get in that quick.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to get to work, bro. You can sit at home for 2 weeks, or you can get to work. I mean, everybody was definitely putting in work. I can tell by the seriousness and intensity the guys were moving with out there. But I'm 2 hours away from Austin, Texas, so that's where I was, and I just wanted to get up here early and get acclimated.
One more.
You mentioned that you had met Dak before.
Yep.
What was the process for you kind of realizing, hey, I've known this guy, I've been a fan of him for a while, now it's my job to protect him?
It was kind of crazy. I mean, it's a story written in heaven, being a Dallas fan my whole entire life, being a fan of Dak, meeting him, 2-3 weeks before the draft, and actually being drafted here was crazy. Life-changing experience.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Appreciate your time.